Hello everyone and welcome to this developer playthrough of Sonic 1 Skull Rush. I am so glad to be here with you and finally share this with you. I have been working on this for several months and it's nice to see this at the Sonic hacking contest and everything. I have seen like some streams of some early streams of Skull Rush with some people that I have shared the build with, and I'm actually and I'm actually really happy with the reception I'm getting so far. But anyways, I should probably get on with the stream. And speaking of the stream, I have news. A brand new live stream layout. You can clearly see that this is inspired by Sonic 1 Skull Rush, but I am going to use this for this and future streams. So, to the left you'll find the chat box, or what is supposed to be the chat box. I haven't seen it in action yet. Let me test this out. Test this out to see if my message appears now. Oh, okay, it works. Though the text is quite a bit large, I should probably shrink it later. But anyways, I should probably get on with the game. Do let me know if the audio is fine. Anyway, Sonic hacking contest. I've got the short splash screen and Sonic the Hedgehog Skull Rush. Here it is. Here's the main menu, which I have shown in the trailer and other media. There's the Skull Rush, the original game mode from far back in 2019. The Endless Rush, the first new game mode of this build, where you go through random levels, and not exactly randomly made generated levels, just randomly picked levels that increase in difficulty as the game goes on. Then we have the Quick Rush, which is a bite-sized version of the Skull Rush, where you play individual levels. The challenge here is that no matter which level you pick, you start with 5,000 points, which means there's a new layer of challenge. Instead of mastering the entire game, you have to master the singular level. We have an instruction screen. There's all of the instructions. Here I explain the controls, which are basically the same, except you can press A while the game is paused to go back to the title screen to stop the run at any point, and you can press C while the game is paused to die on the spot. You can also press A to skip the score tallies in the Quick Rush. This is the page dedicated to the Skull Rush, which I've already explained. There's the Endless Rush and the Quick Rush. These are all of the point bonuses, which are basically the same as in the original game, with the exception of the 10,000 point bonuses, which have all been converted into 1,000 point bonuses. Rings award you 50 points. Badniks checkpoints award you 1,000 points. Getting extra lives instead awards you 2,000 points, and ending a level awards you 1,000 points. Hidden bonuses, which only appear in normal mode, would award you up to 1,000 points. Now penalties: if you get hit without a shield, you lose 1,000 points. You can recover some points in the form of scattered rings, but otherwise it will cost you time and points. If you die, unlike the previous versions of Skull Rush, you do not instantly game over. Instead, you face a pretty harsh penalty, You restart the level with the score you had at the beginning or at whatever checkpoint you reached, but you lose 5,000 points. If, however, you turn off the penalty system, you game over. You game over when you die, like in the old versions. There's the settings menu where you can set up your moveset and the game's difficulty. In normal mode, the score ticks down slower, and you can pick up the hidden bonuses with a somewhat more generous time frame. In hard mode, the score ticks down much faster, just like in Revision 1, and you cannot get the hidden bonuses at the end of a level. And there's the leaderboards. There's the leaderboards that are separate in difficulty and game mode. There's also SRAM support, of course, because there's leaderboards. You might want it is pretty reasonable to expect the leaderboards to be saved. SRAM also saves your options, of course. Oh, by the way, I should mention that this is in fact a ROM hack in a fan project that is not meant to earn me any money. You can download this on the 10th of October for free at the Sonic hacking contest. I will also release this in all of the relevant Sonic ROM hacking forums. Do not. If you find Sonic 1 Skull Rush in stores, I did not agree to the sale of it. Do not buy Sonic 1 Skull. Do not buy anything from anyone that advertises selling you Sonic 1 Skull Rush, of course. That applies to pretty much every single ROM hack or fan work, of course. Anyway, here's the settings. We have the speed caps you can which you can turn off, you can turn them on, or you can turn them just the airspeed cap on, just like in Sonic 2. I will keep the speed caps off for this run. The spike behavior, it can be that of Sonic 2 or that of Sonic 1. I'm keeping it to Sonic 2 because the Sonic 1 behavior sucks ass. Now the roll jump lock, you can either keep it on or you can feel pain. I'd rather keep it off. We have the spin dash, which you can turn off, make it behave like Sonic, make it behave like the original without slow ducking, or you can have slow ducking too. From actually Sonic and Knuckles. I specified Sonic 3 in this game because I have made this mistake, and I did not know that the slow ducking originated from Sonic and Knuckles. We have the drop dash, which you can turn on and off. I can see why some people dislike the drop dash, but personally, I really like it. I actually really enjoy using it in Sonic 1. So I will keep this on. We have the super peel out, which was suggested to me, and it wasn't, and the moment I implemented it, I started using it much more often, which is pretty ironic if you ask me. Anyway, you can turn it on or off, and I'm keeping it on. We have game difficulty, which I've already explained earlier. We have normal, and we have hard. For this stream, I will be playing in hard mode. Then we have the penalty system, which I've also explained earlier. It can either stay on or off. If you keep it off, you only get 1 life. But since I am not particularly great at Sonic 1, I am pretty reckless. I'm keeping it on. Anyway, all of that explained. We can begin with the Skull Rush. get to the first place in the leaderboards, you need to gather at least 25,000 points by the end of the game. It may seem hard, but honestly, I do not find it too complex. Too complex. In past playthroughs of earlier test builds, I managed to get like 45,000 points without save states and with skill enhancing features such as save states and rewinding and the stuff. I managed to get like 80,000. So the skill ceiling is actually pretty high. I do apologize for any weird quirks with the music. I am using Genesis Plus GX for this live stream. Unlike early live streams where I used Kega Fusion. Why did I choose to use Genesis Plus GX for this one? I don't know. I just really like it. Oh, by the way, the level design is the original Sonic 1, so pretty much each and every single one of its shortcomings is still available. But you can of course still use all of the speedrunning glitches if you're into that. Just make sure it is actually worth it if you're going for score. Damn it! I missed the choppers. Yeah, I to this very day I still fail at properly remembering the bad nicknames. Anyways, why I missed the choppers? Why missing the choppers was a problem? Well, that was because of score. The strategy was to use them to get score. Ah, damn it, I missed this one. Yeah, the strategy was to hit the neutron and then hit the other two buzz bombers to get more points. But it's okay. It is what it is. Why I'm using the spin sound? Good question actually. So let me explain that. So I am really bad at sound design, so I cannot recreate the drop dash sound effect. Yeah, so I had two choices. I could either use the the spin dash sound effect, or I could use the normal rolling sound effect. Honestly, I prefer the rolling sound effect, but I understand if some other people prefer the spin dashing sound effect. So I've asked a few friends to tell me which one I should use, and most of my friends told me to use the rolling sound effect. So here it is. Damn it! You see, I often use this. I often use this trick, and most of the times I actually make it past the final block. This time, however, it didn't work, and I paid the price. Fair enough, I have seen some ROM hacks that implement the drop dash and use the spin dash sound effect for the drop dash charging. I honestly feel the normal rolling sound effect is much closer to the original drop dash sound effect. Yeah, that's one example of a ROM hack with the drop dash that uses the spin dash. This has to be my favorite part of the game. Alright, I should mention that. I should mention again that every single 10,000 point bonus was converted into 1,000 points. I was considering reintroducing the 10,000 point bonus as a normal mode exclusive, but after testing I realized it was overpowered. So I chose against restoring the 10,000 point bonus altogether. Good question actually. If there ever will be another revision, I'm genuinely not. I'm genuinely not sure. I don't think in this. I don't think in this. At present, I can actually bring you a new revision with significant enough changes to justify it. So, unless I make some kind of giant breakthrough in terms of ROM hacking skills, I think this will be the last revision of Sonic 1 School Crush. Yeah, if there are some absolutely major game-breaking bugs, then yeah, I will definitely push out a revision, but it won't be something like revision 3. I will more likely call it something like revision 2A or revision 2B or something along those lines. Alright, I'm guessing we're doing pretty well. I was not supposed to miss that bad, Nick. This has to be my favorite trick in the entire game. Oop. I thought it was about to fall. That would have been a shame. Alright, before proceeding on to Labyrinth, I really need to take a break. Oh, by the way, no, I did not add. I did not add in time my tutorial my tutorial for to prevent Sonic from dying in after boss fights. Had I coded had I written the guide earlier, I might have even implemented it, but I but I ran out of time. So yeah, you can still die after a boss fight. Anyway, I will be going on with my I will be going on with this. I will be going away for a few minutes for a few minutes. I will be right back. Alright, we're back. Sorry about the wait. Sorry about the wait. It took me I was supposed to order dinner tonight, and it took me a bit longer than I envisioned. But anyway, let's get back to the stream. We were at Labyrinth Zone. At this point, someone who's more skilled than me could probably perform a spin dash to skip this this platform segment, but I'd rather play it safe. Use the longer route. By the way, the longer route of Labyrinth 1 has to be the second worst route in the entire game, second only to the long route in Scrapping 3. I always hate waiting for that Orbinaut to shoot out all of its bullets. So, and the drop dash is actually a godsend for me in that one section of Labyrinth 2. Ow. I was meant to hit you. Well, that was super close. I'll tell you, the longer route in Labyrinth 3 is actually a pretty solid alternative, surprisingly, because it has a much simpler score chain you can perform, and it has a secret exploit. The problem is that it's the long route of Labyrinth 3. There's an interesting thing about this boss fight. If you beat it early enough, there's a glitch that awards you 2,000 points for defeating the boss instead of 1,000. I have decided to actually keep in the glitch rather than fixing it. So yeah, if you're actually skilled at the labyrinth boss fight, you can take advantage of this glitch. If you have a good eye, you may have noticed that the positioning for the super peel-out sprites is actually different compared to the original game. I think I have shown a very early version of the options menu of revision 2, and that was significantly different compared to what's in this game now. The foreground used the Sonic 1 level select font, and the background was bad. In the very old prototype for the options menu. So here's this thing that some of you may actually find pretty weird. None of the revisions were actually built from each other. Revision 1 was not built from Revision 0, and Revision 2 was not built from Revision 1. Anyway, yeah, I did add in the Sonic 2 levels, the Sonic 2 font for the main menu in Skull Rush. Yeah, it's really lackluster. You may have noticed that a ring counter has just appeared at the top left of the screen. Why is the ring counter here, you may ask? Well, it's for one very specific shortcut in this level that actually requires you to have 50 rings. By the way, if you get hit without rings, you don't actually die. You just drop some rings. And you cannot take advantage of the score rush logic to gain more rings than what you should have by damage boosting. In fact, you can only recover as many rings as you've had originally if you get hit. All other rings that you drop are worth nothing. By the way, I'm not taking the 50 ring shortcut because I am really bad at Sonic 1. Ow. It was not worth it. You're supposed to pull this up with you're supposed to pull this up before hitting both of the badniks. Anyways, we're at the final zone, so we have pretty much reached the end of the score rush mode. There's actually no cheat codes in Sonic 1 Skull Rush. I will say it right out. No cheat. No debug mode, no debug mode, no need for a level select because of the nature of the game, nothing in particular. Anyways, we have beaten the Skull Rush. I will say this run was actually not too bad. A bit sloppy, but I went pretty well. All right, let's get on with the credits. By the way, the credits will appear after beating your first playthrough and only your first playthrough. On subsequent playthroughs, you'll have to actually view them. You look at them yourself by pressing the View Credits option in the title screen. Oh, and by the way, the fact that you have beaten one game of Sonic 1 Skull Rush is saved. It is saved in SRAM, so you will only see them the first time you beat the game and only the first time you beat the game, unless you of course press the View Credits setting in the option in the title screen. Anyway, here are the credits. These are actually the Sonic 2 credits that were ported into Sonic 1, not by me, but by my fellow programmer Diohe. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but yeah, he's been a major asset in the development of Sonic 1 Skull Rush. He actually taught me a lot of the stuff a lot of the stuff that I needed to know that otherwise would have made the development of Sonic 1 School Rush impossible. Oh, and he ported in the Sonic 2 credits, of course, because the Sonic 1 credits suck ass. The menu artwork was made by me was made almost entirely by me with the help of my best friend Monopattino. He has he's actually provided a good amount of ideas and has worked on a very earlier version of the main menu, which we ended up scrapping. Yeah, pretty much all of his work was scrapped. All of his work was scrapped, but yeah, it's he still was a pretty good asset in the artistic direction of for the credits. Of course, Johe was an absolute great asset, not only in the programming department but also in the debugging department. He actually helped fix a lot of really major bugs that appeared throughout the development of Sonic 1 School Rush. Of course, I did some work myself, but I believe he did all. But I believe he did a work so great that I had to put him above my own name in the debugging section. Additional testing and feedback, we have Red Hot Sonic, who was the first person to ever play this on real hardware. In fact, he has played an earlier version of Sonic 1 School Rush on real hardware. Then we have Infernal, who provided some pretty good insight, and Daxcatter, another person who tested on real hardware and helped me find a pretty nasty glitch with the spin dash. Then we have my own best friend Monopattino, of course. We have Scrap Sora, another individual who helped me with a lot of feedback. In fact, it is thanks to him if moves like the Super Peel Out are in the game, because he suggested them. In the original version, the Super Peel Out was not meant to be present. Then we have Johe, of course. Anyway, yeah, Scrap Sora, the Sonic's Adventure guy. Hashtag Sunventure Sweep. My own efforts with Sonic 1 School Rush get completely nullified because of the Sunventure Sweep. It is inevitable, though. Anyway, these were all of my testers. We have additional tools from Vladicomper, who provided the advanced thorough handler and debugger, which was pretty useful throughout the development of the ROM hack. We have Selby, who developed the Sonic 1 text code generator, which I've used for some title cards in the Quick Rush. We have Main Memory, who developed some levels, some plane, and a lot of other very useful tools. And SNK Enjoy, whom I'm not exactly sure what tool he... Oh right, Flex 2 they made. Yeah. Additional code, we have a lot of people who made like a lot of guides that helped me implement a lot of stuff. Additional artwork. These are the main people who who created some sprite sheets that I've used in the development of Sonic 1 Skull Rush. We have Rosabelle's Sonic 1 expanded sprite sheet, which I've used to have which I used for the drop dash sprites. We have Munch Junior Games and Slicknick who created the Sonic title emblem sprite sheet 2, which I've used for the Skull Rush banner in the title screen. We have the Little Coin. Who made the entire alphabet in the style of the Sonic heads-up display, which I've used for the Quick Rush. We have Teko Kami, who made this font that I've used for the credits, and we have Mercury, who made Ready Sonic, from which I took some art assets. We have Luigi X0, who made Sonic CD art test, from which I took all of the super peel-out sound effects. Of course, special thanks go to everyone who contributed to Sonic 1 Expanded and Sonic Emblem Sprite Sheet 2, the two sprite sheets that I mentioned earlier. I mean, I still do use Ready Sonic, but for specific assets, not as a basis for developing ROM hacks. Anyway, we have some more special people to thank, such as Marky Jester, who wrote some absolutely vital assets for learning how the VDP works, without which it would have been impossible for me to make the brand new main menus of Sonic 1 Skull Rush. We have Main Memory, who taught me how to use the VDP buffers and help fix some bugs from earlier versions of Sonic 1 Skull Rush. We have Monopatino for being my best friend and for helping wherever he could. We have Wurster, who made a bunch of score attack videos, thanks to which I managed to find out and patch out of the game all of the score farms. We have Noah Copeland, the guy who made Sonic Triple Trouble, from which I took one drop dash related feature, and of course we have Johev, who helped me a lot. Special thanks also go to Sonic Retro and SSRG, of course, the Red Hot Sonics, all of the Red Hot Sonic sponsors for being cool folks. We have also the Spriters resource, without which I would have never found all of the sprite sheets that I've used in the making of Sonic 1 Skull Rush. And finally, the Razor and Xenon community, who have been pretty much the main promoters of Sonic 1 Skull Rush throughout its development. Special thanks also go to pretty much every single one of the original developers of the original Sonic the Hedgehog, without which I would have, of course, been unable to make Sonic 1 Skull Rush. And that was the credits, but that is absolutely not the end of the live stream. Here are the leaderboards. I have replaced all of the demos with the leaderboards that automatically scroll. you can also see them in the main menu. And in the main menu, you can actually control which leaderboards you want to see I originally wanted them to be visible for exactly 30 seconds, but then I realized I could sync them up with the music, which is arguably more satisfying. Here's the leaderboards menu, which you can control however you want. The view credits option, which we've already seen what happens, and now we can move on to the endless rush. The endless rush is as I've said earlier, is a randomized selection of Sonic 1 levels that you have to play. My apologies. That was my mother. Anyway, let's get back into the game. Anyway, the differences between the original Skull Breath and the Endless Rush are that in terms of difficulty, I was meant to explain the differences in terms of difficulty for the Endless Rush. In the Endless Rush, not only does the score scroll slower, but the difficulty increase is also slower. In the Endless Rush, you start with in the Endless Rush in hard mode, you start with the arguably faster timer, and the level difficulty increases twice as fast as usual. In any case, the level difficulty increases every 5 levels. 5 levels. The intensity by how much depends on the difficulty. Also, every 5 levels, the score ticking goes faster until it's so fast that you can simply not gain points. Yup, he did go so super high. Sorry about that. My mother came into the room. Anyways, we can continue. That counter up high is not actually a lives counter, but rather a level counter. It keeps track of how many levels you've cleared throughout the entirety of your endless rush. If you die and you have the penalty set to on, not only will you lose points for dying, but you will actually lose levels for dying. So let's say, for example, that I am to die here, the level counter will go down to 2. It of course cannot go any lower than 0. Good luck with that. I will be really surprised if anyone, even with tools, manages to actually get to 1000 levels. Yeah, the level order is RNG. It depends on RNG. What levels get picked depends on how much you progress throughout the school rush. You could manipulate the level order, the level order by using the global timer, because the global timer determines the seed. So yeah, if someone were to make a tool-assisted speedrun of Sonic 1 Skull Rush's Endless Rush, one could manipulate RNG to get the two best levels for each and every for every difficulty, and you'd simply get a pretty good amount of levels, but the normal user definitely won't be manipulating RNG. Anyway, you may have noticed that the timer has gone a bit faster. That's because we have reached the second tier of difficulty for hard mode. There are 7 tiers of difficulty for normal mode and 4 tiers of difficulty for hard mode. I am honestly not sure how to fix that graphical bug with the Switch. I have noticed it noticed it. I know why it happens, but I'm honestly not sure how to fix it. It would probably involve rearranging how graphics are loaded. Yeah, this bug only affects visually those objects that are on screen at the very beginning of the level. It will pull up some funny graphics from time to time for the Switch in Scrap Ring 3. Yup, I absolutely had to. The caterpillar bug is one of the most frustrating bugs of Sonic 1. Yeah, definitely. Oh, good. Oh, good thing. Good thing you mentioned it, because I have made this specific scenario impossible. You can never get the same level twice in a row. So in the worst case scenario, you will find yourself playing two different levels over and over and not one. I have made this adjustment due to complaints I've received during testing, which were perfectly fair in hindsight. Good luck with that. You would need to hack the game to remove the one check that I have put in against this. How it works is that how the RNG works is that it generates it uses the standard random number generation function, and then it picks one of 16 predetermined levels based on your difficulty. If the level is the same as the one you played previously, the seed is changed and a new random number is generated. Alright, we have now reached the maximum level of difficulty for the Endless Rush. It's at this point that the Endless Rush becomes more of an endurance test, because if you can actually gain points in one of the levels that I've chosen for this tier of difficulty, I'm going to be really surprised. Alright. See ya. Ah, fuck. I think this might be the end of the run. Oh, well, that's one way to end it up. Yeah, there was no way I could beat Final Zone given the time I had. And given the fact that I started with a pretty low score, I could just afford not using the button combination to quit and rather just letting the score expire. Anyway, I will play some levels in Quick Rush to showcase it. We have Green Hill 3, one of my favorite levels for this round pack. Oh, by the way, the penalty system in Quick Rush straight up doesn't exist. You only get one life and that's it. Ah, that was so close. Maybe if I had hit the other Batnik, I could have actually reached that. Ow. Yeah, as I said, there's no penalty system here. If you die, and you have to restart the level. Given that it's only one level, it's understand. I find that it's more understandable. Oops, that was not meant to happen. So yeah, this is going to be the rest of the stream. Me struggling at Green Hill and 3. Alright, I think that was pretty good. Alright, let's try another level. Starlight 1. Yeah, I'm just taking it easy here. You're playing whatever levels I want. Okay, so you might be wondering why Final Zone is marked as impossible in hard mode. Well, that's because you just cannot beat Final Zone's boss fight in 50 seconds, because that's basically what Final Zone is. Final Zone in 50 seconds. Oh, looks like a previous save file. Looks like I've loaded a previous save file of Scrap Brain Zone 3. So there's already a score. Let's try to beat it. I had thought this was a mostly clean save file, but I was wrong. Oh well, no biggie. Ow. It looks like I'm not beating this score. Yeah, it really does look like I'm not beating this score. Oh well, that was a nice attempt. Anyway, Final Zone. For Final Zone, I have a new title card. I have a new title card at the end. Let me show you. Just need to beat the boss fight really quick. Yep, Sonic has passed Final. I was inspired by the advanced games for this title card. Anyway, that was it. That was it for Sonic 1 School Rush. I hope you all enjoyed watching. And if you like this live stream, please make sure to press the like button. If you want to see more from me, make sure to subscribe to this channel and my secondary channel. I will be uploading some playthroughs of will be uploading or live streaming some Sonic ROM hacks in the future for the Sonic hacking contest. Maybe even some 2D PC mods. 2D PC mods. Yeah, I will definitely be continuing my Sonic 3D Garden Edition streams using the Sonic hacking contest build. So yeah, if you're interested in that, make sure to subscribe. And thanks to everyone who's been watching this, to everyone who's watched this live stream, and thank you for watching. If you even if you've watched it, even if you've watched this stream after it was uploaded on YouTube. So YouTube. With that said, I will be leaving for dinner. Dinner is coming real soon. By the way, Sonic 1 School Rush is coming out. Is coming out tomorrow at the Sonic Hacking Contest, which is coming up, which is which is beginning, which is officially beginning tomorrow. All right. With that said, I will be leaving. I will be making my leave. Thank you all for sticking by, and goodbye.